Yo ho ho ho! It's your Soul King Kraz. We're finally here. We're here to do a character guide for what's easily the worst. No! Get out of the way, Commander Chopper. I'll take it from here. That's right. We're starting the Chopper character guide out with Franky. Oh man. I think it's no mystery to anyone who's played this game for a while that, well, Chopper is just the worst character in this game. He just is. There's no way around it. There's nothing we can do. And that's okay. What's important is that we learn the few minuscule pieces of chip damage you can wring out of that reindeer. And the best way to do that is to really just break down the fundamentals of standing your ground, continuing through a combo string even if it's not your favorite one, because Chopper's entire gameplay style is just making sure you juggle your opponents, whereas Franky's is much more grounded on the idea of not being moved. Very much of a Franky way of doing things too. Where's leadership at? This leader of the Franky family himself. Alright, so for Franky, just real quick rundown. A majority of his specials are kind of rough. Nipple Light special doesn't really do anything other than some armor damage, but it's not the armor damage you want it to be. Southland Suplex is a command grab, so its practicality is pretty limited, but it's pure flavor. This is a taunt move, through and through. Franky Burst, to be honest, it's not a bad option either, but you really just want to go with your general mech attacks, which are your general left and general arms specials, and then just go cannon to put the mech package complete. And let's be real, this is all Chopper really wants to see at the end of the day. As you can tell, I'm really stalling for this Chopper character guide. Number one Franky move. Make sure you always taunt your enemies. You want that hairstyle looking extra fresh. And then his aerial is just that, right? So you got this little bullet. That's his light. His heavy is what I like to use the most with him. Knocks them into the air a little. But you don't really even want to go in the air too much. So his light string all the way through is that. His light heavy is one of his better moves, the rocket launcher into the Kuda vent. Light 2 heavy is a bit, it starts out as a command grab, but then the nipple light special comes in, and if you end it early, the move actually changes. Does that little pose. I would say this is actually the better move. So the timing on it's a little weird. If you want the command grab to just mash out the maximum damage into nipple light, you can do that. You can also do this on armor broken targets to kind of keep them stunned a little longer. Which is really nice for a quick general special. Like 3 lights and a heavy gives him the cannons on his shoulders, followed by a nice radical knee. This is one of his better moves for crowd clearing, and solid damage on the pathway that you fire it on as well. But it takes a little bit of time to set up, so it's probably better saved for a full force burst. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 lights into his heavy. Easily his most destructive move in terms of range and damage. they both just are solid options. Now it's burst. Oh, you're gonna suplex me? He's not even mad about it. Here's your general arms. You can steer it around. You cannot cancel out of any of his general forms, which is truly unfortunate. I hope in the next game they have Franky's whale hair. Alright, let's get out of that. So like I was saying about Chopper having oh god, Whitebeard, this is not the time. It's not the time to be chasing me down here. So thankfully, Franky doesn't have to rely on his cola mechanic from the last game. Oh, I'm running away from you. No. So to be quite frank, the real reason why I have the Franky guide with the Chopper guide, it's not because I think that Franky's a bad character necessarily. It's that Franky and Chopper suffer from a very similar problem, which is that there's not a whole lot of depth to their movesets. Now, thankfully with Franky, he's not really lacking in damage to the point where you're gonna be having a bad time even if you don't have a lot of depth on your character. But as you're about to see with Chopper, Chopper does not have depth or damage. He is just completely unplayable. Whereas at least with Franky, you can have a good time jumping in mech and having a good time with all the super poses. Jumping in the Franky Shogun for a nice ult. Clear through all these guys at once. And since I knew that I wanted to get a character guide done for everyone, I figured Franky and Chopper are probably two characters deserving of more of a mini guide, because there's really just no room for like real growth in terms of, you know, Franky doesn't have any hidden potential to make him like an A tier character. He certainly doesn't have S tier potential. He's just you know, he's gonna get an average number of kills. He's gonna have a fun time doing it. He's very slow. And, if anything, he's probably the most balanced character in 4. He just has no real, strengths or weaknesses. Nice and solid. Power type for the win. And, oh, I forgot to show off Franky Fireball, huh? Oh yeah, there's the Franky Fireball. That was not Franky Fireball. That is just a quick little bit of damage over time. Nice to like throw in the middle of a combo that you already have going. this ace. Ah, I missed. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Not like this. Haha, just kidding. You fell for it. All of you fell for it, you fools. Yeah, that's right, Ace. Not today! Oh. Take a little nap, buddy. You know, despite the fact that I said he was mid, he performed quite well. Astonishingly so, even. If anything, I'd say the real potential that places him in that A tier, though, are his mech attacks. Without those mech attacks, he is extremely mid. Is Franky A tier? No. No, definitely not. Probably not. We'll have to look into that. Alright, Chopper. Let's show them your stuff. Let's show them the meme. So this is ultimately what I have found to be the only set of special skills that is going to consistently do well in this mode, in any higher level mode. Saru Turtle is very useful because you can use it in the air, and that you're actually going to be spending a lot of time with Chopper in the air. Oh, okay. I'm not looking forward to this, you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so there's your bread and butter for Chopper. You want to scope enemies. It's gonna make them take more damage. Alright, so his light, heavy. It's a nice little anti-air. Light, light, heavy. Oh, please. Is this little Kung Fu tornado. Follows up into a nice little follow-up kick. Literally knocks him out of his way before he can follow up on it. Not great. Light, 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 heavy is another set of scope targets, followed by another knockback. And then his 4 lights, his little bit of horn point, and then some more scope. His launcher is a little bit of horn point, and so is his aerial light. This move is, you know, it's an option. Good to spam once or twice, I guess. In terms of like breaking armor, you really want to spam this move, actually. And then you can spam into Saru Palm. As you can see, it's special with truly no range. And then your ult, you guessed it, it's more scope. If you're looking for the most mileage in a boss fight, there's actually a pretty strong argument to be made for just saving your scope trigger for extra iframes and for guaranteed debuff. And then unactivating it again so you can build it up again. And you can just keep putting out more scope damage. It's an option, you know? We're working with what we've got here, folks. Look at this ult. It hit like 3 enemies. So a nice little variation I like is going into the horn point, followed by more horn point on the special skill. And we're gonna run the hell out of there. I am not fighting Whitebeard as Chopper. 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know, I probably could. And then we've got good old-fashioned palm. Just slap it. Give him a roll. Scope! If you spam out this little charge of yours, you can gain some decent momentum on it. Oh my god, it's such a bad ult. I can't believe it. He's the invincible Iron Reindeer. So one thing that's useful about Chopper's tech typing is that it's very quick and does combo into whatever aerial game you want to think you might have with this character. And if you can get the timing right with him, oh man, the Franky family's on my ass though. Sorry, Jinbei. Franky family's getting on my ass here. Oh god. Not now, Sabo. It's not the time. Oh. I'm trying, you guys. Alright, good. So this is a powerful technique that I like to use with Law a lot as well. Law has that little scan that makes your opponents take more damage. So you want to throw an ult out right as you're applying Scope, because Scope doesn't last very long. Oh my god, what a terrible character. Oh no, don't combo me like this. This isn't good. This isn't necessary. Sometimes you just gotta clear a room out. That's actually a pretty decent part about Monster Point that I keep forgetting about, that it stuns enemies around him. Yeah, Sabo, get out of my face. Get right out of my face. Wow, we're actually killing people. It's kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie. 2, 3, 4. Horn point into more horn point. That's a combo I like to use on Chopper a lot. I know I probably mentioned that earlier, but I didn't get to actually pull it off very well, so we had to get it right. Mamudes. Alright, Vista, you're getting ult spammed right now, buddy. Can't handle your bullshit. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, the heavy spam on Chopper, it's not bad. Just huh. Alright, one singular point of sauce for Chopper. There we go. You'll also want to use Horn Point as a good means of closing the gap in the middle of like a tight box of enemies too. This is what I mean by standing your ground from earlier in the Franky guide. As a power type, and as a character with no general weaknesses, Franky is able to stand his ground, and what I mean that is, like, his attacks aren't really that slow. His attacks aren't really that fast. He's got some solid moves that'll allow him to maintain a good combo flow, even in the middle of, like, 20 guys trying to throw, like, a command grab at you. The best way to do this with Chopper is to stay mobile. Since he doesn't do a lot of damage, the idea is you want to use your power dash or your launcher, or in this case, your crazy launcher to take advantage of literally any weakness in your opponent's structure that you can. This is the ultimate essence of cheesing out when you start to panic in the middle of a combo sequence. Sometimes you just have to find good positioning. Cheese out one or two variations that you know are going to flow well, and then finding your momentum again. And you know what? We got it. Chopper managed to get 4,000 kills in 9 minutes. Good for you, buddy. That's... Honestly, if I knew how long it was going to take to finish this single round... You know what? No. This is the only entry into a Chopper guide that I'm ever going to do. I'm at least going to give him the honor of finishing his match. I'm going to finish this match with you, Chopper. It's going to happen eventually. We gotta kill White Bread, though. I mean White Beard. White Bread. Ugh. Please don't hurt me, old man. Chopper's the greatest pirate in the world! As he ults and misses virtually every target. Within a 5-foot radius and hits nothing. Wow. Incredible character. He actually... Wow. We actually managed to beat it just under 11 minutes. You know what? That's far better than I ever thought Chopper was going to do. Alright. The character guide is over. I'm sorry, Chopper. You are unplayably bad. And you really just have to cheese out some bullshit in order to maintain any kind of illusion of success with this character. Alright. Speaking of illusion of success, our next character guide is going to be no Straw Hat. And you better believe this man is the epitome of finding a hidden legend underneath what appears to be a bad character. Can't wait to show off the Usopp guide coming up